All right, so I think we're going to get set up here for one final go. Yeah, so we do have merch at the Streamlabs store. And again, all the PACE stuff. You got 1 week to get your orders in. Like there's this coffee mug, and there's some shirts and a hoodie as well. And the hoodie, I actually really like. It's got that nice little electric blue on the front, and it actually has like some chevrons going down the side as well.
Oh yeah, it's all of the merch and just everything is really expertly designed. I'm a huge fan, and all the standard GSA merch is going to be available after that week period. But yes, remember the PACE merch, limited time. You will need to buy that stuff within the next week, and so we're about to go ahead and have the countdown. 3, 4, 5, go.
Okay.
And as they're getting this section underway, real quick, one more reminder that we will be giving away copies of the Celeste vinyl cassettes and Celeste Steam keys to some of our lucky subscribers. So if you subscribe to the GSA channel, not only will you be entered in those giveaways and receive our super quality emotes, but for every sub and or 500-bit donation, we will be putting $2 into the prize pools for all of our leagues. So certainly, you know, like I've said many, many times, a win-win-win. You get that entry to a giveaway, you get our awesome emotes, and we contribute even more towards these prize pools.
And that is not just one vinyl or one cassette or one Steam key. We're talking 5 apiece. So it's 5 vinyls up for grabs, 5 cassettes up for grabs, and 5 Celeste Steam keys available. So if you want to get a shot at any of those, you know, I think the odds are okay. Odds might be in your favor there. 15 opportunities to win. Go ahead and drop the subscribe. Click on that subscribe. I don't know. I had a good thing going. I just messed it all up. I was going to say mash on that subscribe button, but that's more of like a YouTube kind of thing. So
yeah,
if you're able to, just subscribe to Speedrun. And so now we're back in city yet again. Just moving through, going through the motions. Teach is in the lead, maybe. I think he is.
Schrodinger's lead. Simultaneously, Tej is and is not in the lead.
If you've been to my stream, I do this a lot. I will sing to any game that I'm speedrunning and or playing. It's a force of habit. It's a coping mechanism if things are going wrong.
So now we've got them moving into this old site.
Again, getting that perfect distance there to get your dash back. T just barely through here. Getting that cutscene skip. Flat as well. Actually, in that cutscene too, the scene where like the mirror and brings the dream blocks alive. I just love that arpeggio progression that happens.
Oh yeah,
like, it's super. It just makes this whole area feel like really magical and very dreamlike.
Ooh, Flat having issues actually getting that dash into the second dream block in that room, but
actually
go ahead and
running some bonks here too. Teach into the coin room here. Hypnotized right now.
Oh yeah, just
it happens. It happens. You don't necessarily need a sync to be hypnotized with this game.
So much just very, very fluid movement.
There's a whole lot going on here. All right, Teach getting that nice boost there. He's going to be the first going into Awake. Getting some nice movement here. Now, Teach, actually, Teach has been having a little bit of a problem in his Awake sections here, just getting a couple bonks and just slamming into a few of these corners. But looks like that is not an issue this time with that corner boost. He's going to come out of here at 319. Excellent work there. Flag not too far behind. looking to maybe come in at about 322. Just 323, just short of 322 there. Excellent work from both runners here. As we move into Celestial Resort yet again.
And I just love this chill intro.
Yep.
And like Chai was saying, I wish we could get to hear more of this music. Honestly, like, Scattered and Lost is great, but I really wish this would just play through the whole resort.
Getting this song on random on your playlist is one of the most satisfying things that I've encountered in 2018. It's one of the things that's like, well, I was going to skip ahead, but you know what? For the next 7 minutes, I get to just chill and relax.
It certainly reminds me of, this is going to sound weird, it reminds me of a sped up version of Aphex Twin's Stone and Focus. Have you happened to have heard that track?
No, but I might have to check that one out.
Yeah, so it's actually an interesting one because it was only released on the, I think, UK vinyl pressing of Selected Ambient Works Volume 2. And it's like a 12-minute long track that, like, the majority of the track is these soft, like, synth swells that are really nice and warm, accompanied by just a faint metronome in the background. And it sounds like the dumbest thing, but go listen to it. It's the most calming, relaxing thing ever. And the swells here remind me of that, just at like almost double speed. That's how slow this track is. I think the technical name is number 19 because an interesting thing about that album is none of the tracks technically have names, but each of the tracks in the folder has a picture associated with it. And so the picture associated with that one is just a stone in focus, hence the name. And so that's why if you go like look up that album, a lot of like private copies of it will have names on the tracks like Rhubarb, Green Moss, other things like that. It's literally just describing like all of the different pictures.
And so Teach now getting into books here, but not too far behind. This has been like the ebb and flow. Oh, having a little bit of menu trouble there, but not too bad.
And overall, able to go ahead and keep his cool and pick back up on that just super... Oh! Taking another death in this Crystal Heart room.
And Teach clocking in here about 535. So it's looking like Teach is in the lead as we move into Towels yet again. For the final time here on Saturday. He's going to get this corner boost. Nicely done. That was so crisp. All right, Flat is going to get set up for that one as well. He's also going to get that 2 Teach with the fast cycle. And finishing up here at about 601. So yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a lead here on Teach's side. Flat having to adjust here, not getting the wall bounce that he wanted. Getting those corner boosts up those stairs is so nice. All right, so Teach up to bat first for Demo Dash. This room gave him a little bit problems in the previous race, not so much this time. He is going for the checkpoint. Taking a little bit of time to adjust, but he gets it first try. It's very important. Most times if you see that like not lining up as you want, you get a little antsy and feel like you need to rush. So good on him to get that up and getting set up correctly. Flad also going through. I feel like he's getting that task cycle as well. But Teach in the Oshiro battle yet again. I'm gonna go with this nice little strat there with this double bunny hop. And you'll see like Fladervy going for the more traditional single jump and then just like wave dashing into these blocks here. So there's one wave dash and another. Now we've been talking hypers left and right all day, but we've actually never mentioned that there is an alternative to the hyper dash. And what you do is it's referred to as the wave dash from Super Smash Bros. Melee. So basically what you do is while you're in the air, you're gonna dash down forward, and then as soon as you hit the ground, you're gonna jump. And you still get that momentum from before.
Yeah, effectively like what you just saw from Tej there, bouncing off the ground with really, really high speed, kind of makes use of that mechanic. It's nowhere near as often as hypers and ultras, but
Yeah,
it
there's
is
some.
useful.
Ideally, if you do not have enough room on a platform to get your dash back, that's where you're going to want to use a wave dash. So, or if you're not, another one too, and this is actually a nice pro tip. If you're not comfortable with reverse hypers, so that's basically you do a hyper dash in one direction and then immediately turn around and jump just like right there from Teach. You can use a wave dash to kind of get the same effect. I actually do that in City. In the first like reverse hyper over the set of spikes, I actually just do a wave dash because it's a lot easier for me to do. I'm just not confident in it. But hold on, we got in Archie. Try to do it as the same tone as the doorbell. I figure that's how it should be, right?
Yeah,
Because like
I
once
think
you
that's
get
right.
it, once you get it, technically, you know,
It just instantly opens that door.
nice two tones, you know, just Archie, right?
Something like
I'm
that.
digging it. Okay. You guys are late to the party. Alright, so we got Teach getting set up here for the Ultra Strat. He's gonna get that.
Nice.
Nice with the wall bounce too. Just getting the maximum speed there. We got Flad coming up here as well.
Beautiful spike jumps from Flad.
Oh, not getting enough hype there, but that's alright. Nice, getting that skip there. Ooh, okay. I was looking because it was a little low on that jump, but he was able to still get enough height to get up there. Look at those inputs. Just
A very eloquent and detailed description.
No, that's the noise that she actually makes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally. It's like that's her. You know, like when you're cold, you're like brr, but it's more like blah, blah, blah. Got Flat showing off the neutral jumps there, but Teach first into cliff face. All right, so we're moving along here. Got the snowballs coming in hot, but they are not an issue for Teach this time around.
Yeah, knows exactly where they're going to be attempting to intercept him.
And that's one thing that's nice about this is like you can plan the route around it by just what you're going. Like that's why you get a snowball every time to set up that ultra. It's just basically on the particular route that they have come up with. Right, Teach is moving through.
And Flad getting his way past the snowballs. As Teach going to be hitting 1020 on that ski lift exit. Vlad going to go ahead and follow suit with a.
So I'm trying to add this up here. So 1020. Teach gets out of 5A with a 110. That puts him at 1130.
At 1032.
And then if you have Teach do a 220, he'll have a 1350. And then his reflections, if I'm not mistaken, are around 540-ish. This run could get a little interesting.
Nice tight movement from Teach through those spiky boys.
Maybe chat can confirm. I might be thinking ahead here just a tad bit.
Conspiracy, this event is meant to introduce Celeste to unsuspecting SMO fans.
Well, I mean, who's to say it's not the same the other way around?
True, but you know what the real conspiracy could be is it's an attempt to introduce Odyssey to SM64 fans.
I see your comment, Half Beastly, and you know, since my commentary curse is hot, I will stop. I will stop thinking about it. Thank you.
Okay, and nice yeet from Flad, the last yeet of his from the event, so glad that that worked out.
Oh, this is a solid time here. Let's see, what are we getting? 110? Yes, nice.
Flad, meanwhile, going to be picking up, let's see.
No, I don't think that they're being embarrassed. Awesome, Dan. I think they're being embraced. I mean, this is one of the nice things about the venue, too. So, for example, we have the warm-up areas over in the back of that room, but there's also these just gigantic TV screens that have the action right there. So we have the runners being able to practice, but also to check out the stuff that's happening here on the main stage. Nice bubs drop from T. Just going to get out and keep on moving. I'm seeing that Flat also had a 109 there. That's 3 in a row. So Teach is bouncing. Oh no, he went too far and just did not get his dash back.
Yeah, and a pretty long room to go ahead and take a death like that in. That's really unfortunate.
Gonna get second time.
Yeah, gonna give Vlad a significant boost. To potentially cut that deficit all the way in half, if not more.
Nice. Oh, see, this part comes in with the strings. I will say, if the death did not occur on TG's screen, this would have happened like right around here.
Yeah,
And
I think
I'm living for that.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times in races, and it's really good. You might be able to see it from. Well, we can't actually hear the music from Vlad's side, so rip to that idea.
Right, so Teach now going through the mirror here. Nice reverse hyper to get them some momentum in here. Going for this setup. He gets it.
Yeah, nice 1.5 cycles. So if you see, like, for instance, the way that Chai Kitty and M Sushi both handled that secret room, they had to wait for the secret respawn twice. So that's what we're referring to as 2 cycle. And 1.5, just you do a harder jump towards the start when the seeker's like at the very bottom of the screen, but it allows you to skip having to wait and do like that dash through the seeker for the respawn boost.
Nice.
So it does save a few seconds, albeit it's much more difficult.
This is a nice grounded ultra from Teach there. Getting into this room. Opting to take a different strat here. I respect that move.
Oh, definitely.
Ultraing in, oh nice, with the teetering pose to finish that level off. Do you know it is impossible to outrun your own reflection?
I don't think I ever knew that. I mean, you know, are you sure though? What about the light waves and particles and physics?
Maybe, but I will say when I saw that on this postcard the first time I was playing through it, I was like, wow, that's pretty deep. And of course, from the casual standpoint, once you read that and then you go into the scene that we skip, that's when things start hitting a little too close to home.
Yeah, I'm sure some people are probably confused as to why we were just like going from the Aurora Borealis all the way into this like deep cave section, and it's because you're getting towards the summit, and then Badland shows up and just throws you down. Like, you go all the way to, this is the bottom of the mountain. This is beyond where you started. And so, like, the entire reflection chapter is you just trying to get back to the start of the mountain, not even, like, get back to the summit just yet.
Nice ultra into the feather there. All right. So now we are back into hollows yet again. So I'm curious, since you mentioned, someone mentioned the conspiracy to get SMO runners to run Celeste. I mean, if I were to give advice on you know, if you wanted to pick up one in the game, because a lot of people do, you know, are interested when they see it either at like GDQs or like, you know, watching Teach's stream or even here. I would honestly say the first thing that you should absolutely do is just play through the game casually. Like, this is not the type of game where you're like, I'm going to learn to speedrun this game, and you just try to learn everything.
Oh yeah, no.
You definitely, like, to get the full experience on this, just play through it casually. Don't look up runs, don't look up strats. Just go through as blind as you can. I mean, you're seeing the strats here, but like seeing and performing them are two different things. Just sit down and just really soak up the
I
game
would say,
itself.
if anything, like, there are some speedrun movement guides that will like show you how to do hypers, wave dashes, etc. And like maybe learning those mechanics and trying to use them throughout a casual run is, I would say, probably the best approach. That way, your ultimate goal through this casual run is just to familiarize yourself with Madeline's movement. Because any top player in like another speed game will tell you the same thing. I've heard Cheese say the same thing about SM64. If you want to get good, the first step is just playing the game. As we've got a new viewer right beside us on the commentators bench. I'm sure if he said something, you could probably hear him.
Possibly. But yeah, highly recommend to play through the game casually as your first playthrough, because even though the game is fantastic to run on a speedrun level, it's still a lot of fun to just play through. Just casually play through, you know, just have a little bit of fun here and there, reading the story and everything else. It's quite the experience that you'll get more of an appreciation out of the game by doing that first.
Oh yeah, and you know, you may be seeing these guys and kind of thinking like, how long does it take to get down to a time of like a 30 or something? It takes a while with grinding,
yeah, definitely.
but you will feel the progress the whole time, and that's just as enjoyable, I feel like. And if you work hard enough at it, you will eventually, after many hours, reach that point. But the progression along the way, I feel like, is the even better part, feeling yourself progressively improve.
And then also, too, just like casually playing through it, Celeste just has this charm of making you want to speedrun the game. I have a friend of mine that, like, he's not really into playing difficult games, and I'm not gonna lie, Celeste is a difficult game, but it's just not his cup of tea, right? So I played through the game, did like basically a let's play, so you can just kind of experience it. And he ended up actually buying the game and playing through it. And his first playthrough was 4 hours. But then, like, I was like, okay, cool, you know, like, you played through it, that's awesome, and everything else. Unbeknownst to me, he actually played through it again, and he was like, I just cut my time in half. It's like, it's just how the game pushes you to just want to get better. So, it's just a good game, man. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say it enough. So we got Teach in this final room here, heading into the round 2 of the Battle and Fight.
A lot of dramatic opportunities for some lead changes here. A really stellar run. He's got I think it was like an 1842 battling? Something like, it wasn't too much higher than like a 42, 43 in that first text box. Which it looks like Flat is going to be getting it at 47.
Oh, having to readjust there, just missing battling by a mile. All right, so we've got Teach in the home stretch here. So far, so good.
Yeah, avoiding those laser blasts very, very handily. And he's moving in here at a 34. Wow. What time is he about to hit Summit? It's
going to be close.
This may be better than that first run.
Yeah, possibly looking at a 1957, maybe even 1956.
So it's about equivalent, like a couple seconds slower, I think, but
now Flat also making that nice ascent with the new ability of leveling up and getting that second dash there. I also love this screen, how it kind of like shows the both Madeline and Battling put together.
yeah, that like progressive fade in and out. It looks like Tej actually gonna go ahead and wait just a sec for the Summit start. Since Vlad just got a 20:01.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
in that
really,
intro.
really close with the Summit.
Yeah, this is going to be down to the wire again. Again, the last race, only a 5-second difference between both runners. I want to say that there wasn't any sort of lead change either. It was just like Tej was trying to get back in there, but Flat was just not letting up. We're going to see if that happens again. Again, for both these runners, I believe that Summit is the strongest chapter between the two of them. So
should be
any
seeing
opportunity,
some really exciting gameplay.
Yeah, any opportunity to take the lead, they're just going to have to pounce on it immediately.
So getting up into 500 meters. Clean movement there. Nice reverse.
Getting that coin in a nice wall bounce there. Oh, not
boosting
getting over
right
enough.
into
He's
the
going to do
roof.
that over. Actually, it could be a nice break for Fladervy. We'll have to see here.
So 21, they are synchronized in this room at least. According to in-game time, both of them entering with a 21-16.
Yep. We'll see what time they land into 1,000 here. T's going to land in at about 2031. Fladervy also looking to land at 2031. We are in a dead heat, folks.
Okay, here we go. Dream block section at 1,000. Clean movement so far.
So far, everybody hitting those coins. Again, getting out of the hyper siege a little low. Able to, oh, just barely. Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe that actually worked. Jeez.
Right, we're going to these hypers here now. Excellent work.
Okay.
Flad basically copycatting through.
Yeah, I mean, it effectively looks like
Oh.
one stream just with some delay on it, but obviously not anywhere near the case.
That little mishap there on Teach's side actually might have put Fladervy in the lead here. We'll have to see. Teach's going to clock in at 1,500 at 22:18-ish. While Fladervy coming in at 20. Yeah, about a half second there. Just that little movement error.
Yeah,
That's all it took. Everything else is like super fine. Just that one small thing. That's like, I've been talking about it all weekend. That is how important. Like, that's, yeah, obviously very important. You don't want to die as much, but those little movement things really make a big difference. All right, so we're in triple ultra here. Oh, just barely getting by. Flat up with his bat two. He's going to get out as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, Flat actually taking a death in that room. He's going to start this over, and now he's on death cycle 2. That's going to let Teach pull out ahead just by a good amount here. We've got Teach landing into 2,000 here at 23:12. So nice. There is a nice lead here on Teach's side.
But of course, Golden Ridge has caused a lot of problems for runners in the past. And just going for an auto-scroller skip and missing could certainly cut deep into that lead.
So right now, TGH with about an 8-second lead in 2,000 here. And he's actually putting the pressure on by going for auto-scroller skip, and he is going to nail that.
Nice, nice.
But not
Let's
out
see
yet.
if
He's got to
Vlad
clear
can-
the room. We're going to have to save it again.
Yo,
let's go!
Let's go! What a
Incredible
save! Oh my God! Incredible. Vlad manages to bound under the terrain, but is going to save time due to being able to cleanly finish that room.
Teach also has the berry with him. Are you going to take it all the way, Teach?
Please take it all the way.
He might. We'll see.
Looks like he's going to be trying to.
Yeah, I think, yeah, this could go all the way, folks. I
Certainly
mean, there's no
hope
ground
so.
for him to land on, so this, this berry is going into 2,500, folks. Let's go. Taking a little souvenir from the Golden Ridge section. I see you, Tej.
Pretty nice.
Get that
cheeky
1,000
little
points.
addition.
Well deserved. Vlad now coming up to right now. Tej getting set up in here, landing in those rooms here.
They're going for the key skip. Remember, Flood had a little bit of an issue with this last time, but is going to go totally fine this chance.
Getting that key. Excellent work. All right, now Tej getting ready for thread, the needle, and door skip.
Let's see how these tricks go. And
Thread
the needle has
is
been
good.
threaded. The door has been skipped. The objective has been planted. Vlad now having to match all first tries. Thread the needle 3 for 3 from both runners in this set. Always what you want to see. And the door skip also 3 for 3.
Teach is going to have to reset here. All right, nice. Didn't get the bounce that he wanted, but that's all right. So it's funny we talk about all the tricks too. We don't really talk about thread the needle. I mean, like especially thread the needle in door skip. Door skip, you know, basically an iconic trick slash meme, if you want to, depending on who you're talking to. But like thread the needle, that screen is really, really hard for as simple as it looks.
Yup. A huge bit of that is from Madeline only being able to dash in a cardinal or one of the diagonal directions. And so you end up having to just time it so precisely to get that diagonal upright in order to go right through that hole.
Actually, funny story behind that too, since we're going to talk about some more Celeste trivia here. Matt has mentioned that like for those levels, a level that looks hard is actually a lot easier than a level that looks easy.
Because a level that looks hard, you can kind of at a point see like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah, so like you'll see like a lot of spikes or anything like that, and it's just really difficult, but it's actually not as bad. Whereas we see in that room with the thread the needle, not a lot there. Just 2 dash blocks and just a nice little set of spikes. Like this area in particular, this looks very intimidating, but really it's 3 up forward dashes when you really think about it. But then like you get to this one, and there's just like a lot of, you know, you have to jump back around and grab onto the wall. You can't hang on the wall too long.
And in particular, in a lot of cases, it's the slower movement that can be a little bit more tricky because you're having to time precise dashing in the air in order to make sure that you can have the hang time that you require. There are a lot of slower bits where the timing of your actions is super important. And especially here in Summit, we can see that on full display. No flag 10 from Teach today.
But Fladervy taking a death on flag number 13 here. He's going to start over.
Getting the flag 9 though on Teach's side.
All right, so Teach in the home stretch here. This one looks to be his to take, right? Anything happens, but we still have a lot of we have a lot of game play left.
Yep, that is exactly right.
And so Teach on flag number 4 as Fladervy is getting into flag number 9. Again, we're going to want to pay attention to the IGT. But it's not, I don't think it's too far off. Teach getting into flag number 3 at 27:47.
So all right, Teach is going to be hitting flag number 1 at 28:05.
So we're going to be looking to 28:14.
That's what it's looking like, and time.
Time. Or 28:15. That transition got me. With that being said, Teach is going to take the final game here, closing it out with Fladervy winning the set 2-1. We are on flag number 1 here with Flad. That movement's so sick. Oh, not getting his dash back though. All right. All right, Fladervy clocking in at a 28:30.
Nice.
Excellent work from both runners here.
15 seconds apart. Huge GGs to both of these guys. And with
Hugs
that,
all around. Give a round of applause for both of these men for putting on a fantastic show, you guys. Oh, okay.
And with that, Tej in first with 9 total points. M Sushi securing that second grand final spot with 7. Vlad now with 6 points securing third, and Chai with 2 points. So nice league standings, and ultimately certainly at least a little bit of a shakeup from what a lot of people probably would have expected, especially based on the Speedrun.com leaderboards.
Yeah, definitely, and also just seating placements too in the league. I mean, you know, you had Tej followed by Flad, and I believe Chai was 3rd and M Sushi was 4th.
And so the first seed going against the 4th seed for those grand finals, really.
Yeah, how about that?
An interesting upset situation.
It's usually unheard of, but you know, here we go. It's going to be very interesting. Again, that is going to be taking place tomorrow.
And then also both of these games just phenomenal. 28-15, and then what was Teach's first time? It was an insanely low 28.
They both are crazy. I can't even remember. Everything is just going by so quick. It's just,
just ridiculously great runs, and especially like just watching throughout the movement, it's just so clean and optimal. Just insane. Now, we keep checking towards the stage because both these guys will have the opportunity for an interview.
Yeah, we will see if they both are up for it.
I remember Vlad not quite feeling up to it after that first win on day 1, so we'll have to see how he's feeling today. And I see interview?
Possible interview, maybe? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe.
What do I want? What do I want? Let's see, we'll go ahead and get you mic'd up. Okay, yeah, y'all should probably join at the same time. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, we'll see.
So TGH right now is checking to see if Vlad is interested in an interview, and if not, he's probably going to go ahead and pass on this one, seeing as how he's been interviewed twice.
So we'll see here. All right, so we're going
And that is a no-go. Well, all right.
That's all right.
That concludes our group stage for Celeste. Not even just the Celeste races for today, but that's the group stage, y'all. We will see y'all here tomorrow for those grand finals. M Sushi 100 versus Noble Esports TGH_SR.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull this up and make sure I give you guys that time because I believe it is a little later. Yeah, it's going to be at 11:50 Eastern Daylight Time because we have Daylight Savings Time on right now. So is when it's going to be going on. It's going to be, again, at TGH going against M Sushi, and definitely looking forward to that. But what you should be also looking forward to here, Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, man, yes. So the next race coming up is Little Curbs versus Stravos 96. And that race, if you don't remember the standings from earlier, they are currently 2nd and 3rd, both with 1 win apiece. So the outcome of this is very, very likely going to determine who's going to get that 2nd seed spot. And then, of course, later on, we're going to even be having Nicro Veda versus Chaos Pringle. Nicro have been having a couple of issues with his performance, those 2 losses, unfortunately, but I'm not sure how exactly the points mathematically would work out, but if a huge upset happens, that could actually, potentially drag Chaos down from that first place throne. Who knows?
Yeah.
So going to be some really exciting races, and we'll be passing y'all over to Limcube and Dangers, both super capable guys, as I'm sure you know at this point. So one last time, I'm Electric. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yep, and I'm FC Versus 2, and it's been an awesome time. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow as we close the chapter in the first season of GSA's Any Percent League for Celeste.
Yep. Hope y'all can all come by, and in case y'all can't, we're so glad that y'all came around. So hope you can stick around, and peace out.
Yep, see you.